let's talk about scourging and purging with a little bit of NovaOnline, the dog-kicking diaper lover. Now, there are a lot of lolcows out there, a lot of freaks, the degenerates. You can choose the term that you want to assign to them, the category that you want to put people into when you're talking about scumfuck pieces of shit that inhabit the internet. But this fat piece of fucking filth is known as a TikTok food blogger who's covered regularly by people like Saturated Content, Kiwi Tapes, Smokey MC, and I've enjoyed videos watching where they talk about him. And as I've watched more and more content related to him, I've seen as it's gotten worse and worse. Because generally what you'll find is the funny, weird, eccentric fuck that's got a few quirks and things to pick at and laugh at tend to have much darker fucking secrets hidden in their closets. And maybe you're guessing, by looking at this picture, what some of those secrets might be. But it was one particular clip that I happened to watch in a video that was released just, I think it was yesterday, by Kiwi Tapes, I think it was, that just had me do a double take. It's not that this guy lives in filth, and he does live in filth. He's a hoarder, doesn't clean his house, uses a green screen to hide rotting garbage that's piled up to the fucking ceiling. I want you to understand, he lives in a location that is so full of garbage, you can see flies spawning in real time. Maggots and cockroaches crawl about him. He's basically kind of like Blade's leg hole. You can imagine the smell. And he has some quirks about him, some lispy weird things, some strange video habits, some weird eating habits. But as time went on, more and more information began to come out about what he's like. And what do you know? Lo and behold, he's a sick fuck on Discord. Lots of weird allegations about him interacting with underage people. And I am not the one to cover this for you. If you want to see him covered thoroughly and well, Saturated Content, Kiwi Tapes, Smokey MC will take you through the wonderful world of NovaOnline. But I wanted to set up just a little bit. This clip in particular that just caught my attention, that seemed to fit so thematically well in with fat loser fucks on the internet that we're really talking about today. We saw Blade, an alcoholic piece of shit with no willpower, who uses his mother and makes the end of her life miserable. Let's talk about Nova and what he does. Which, as you probably can guess from the title, I'm not really hiding or using subterfuge to surprise you when we get to it. But let's set the stage a little bit. Let's talk about his Tinky Winkies.
Twinkle with the, how I wonder where you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle with the, how I wonder what you are.
You did so great.
Aww.
I love your singing voice.
Aww, I love your singing voice. Oh, you should take winkles. Aww. Yeah, that's the voice I want to hear. You know, when I walk by, if I had a kid, when I walk by my kid's room, you know, my fucking 9-year-old son's room, and he's on Discord, what I want to hear coming out of the fucking screen is this fat diaper-wearing piece of shit going, oh, I should take it winkies. Oh, let's play the touch game with the Tinky Winkies. Oh, welcome to my Discord. Oh, NovaOnline covered in flies. Oh, twinkle, twinkle, little child molester. But, you know, gas them all. But what was the clip? You know, it's not just him singing with a pacifier in his mouth because he's an adult baby diaper lover, because of course he is. Not just that he's a child predation freak, because of course he is. Not just because he's some weird Discord degenerate, because of course he is. No, it was one thing in particular that really caught my attention. Let's take a look at that clip.
But all of this is pretty small in comparison to the next clip I'm about to show you, because Nova's neighbor alleged that a fellow neighbor had told him a story about Gabe, and this story is pretty disturbing. The old lady would allege that Nova was responsible for the death of a hound, kicking it during a rage.
My neighbor that's been here for 25 years, I mow her lawn, I update her lawn, and I try and help her out with everything she can because she's an elderly woman. Mm-hmm. She told me when they first moved in, they actually had 2 dogs a while ago. Mm-hmm. And I guess their one dog according to my neighbor, said that he threw a tantrum and kicked it so hard he killed it. So I don't know how true this is because I wasn't moved in here yet, but my elderly neighbor that's been here for a long time, and she's super religious, super nice. She said that Nova threw a tantrum and kicked the dog so hard it killed it.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
And that she said out of all the dog owners that shouldn't have dogs, he is one especially because she believed that he shouldn't own a dog after that incident.
Yeah, he killed a dog. He kicked a dog to death. So, NovaOnline, who, when you first... This is, again, as we kind of ease into the things that we're going to be talking about, you encounter these personalities online, and they have these quirks and little idiosyncrasies to them that make you think they're just a goof. But as you watch and time progresses, things start to come out that make them not so goofy. And so here we go. He lives in filth surrounded by flies and maggots. He is a child predator. He's a adult baby diaper lover that Tinky Winky sings himself with a pacifier in his fat fucking mouth. And he kicks dogs to death. And that's not a story that's being given by a troll. That's his fucking neighbor. People in the neighborhood talk about him kicking animals to death. Killing pets. He's known in the neighborhood as a pet killer. What the fuck, bro? I don't know. You know, we wasn't going to be like a subject of this stream, but it just kind of caught me out of nowhere. It just kind of came out of left field. I knew he was a sick fuck degenerate. I knew he lived in filth, surrounded by flies. He was fat and ugly and stupid. He looks like he's got some trisomal disease, like he's got fucking Down syndrome. I don't know what kind of Toontown shit's going on with his bone structure. We've got a lot of shit to work with. All right, he's a fat, ugly guy that sucks on pacifiers and beats off while wearing diapers. And if that wasn't enough, we got to put a cherry on top. We got to really finish out this dessert by having him kill pets. By just really upping the fucking level. And he'll sing a song online, and to anybody that'll listen on YouTube, on TikTok, on Twitter, whatever the social media profile is, it doesn't matter. About how he's so abused, how his trolls are so terrible. Smokey this, and fucking Kiwi that, and Saturated this. Oh, they're coming for me. They won't stop talking about me. And yet he engages in the behavior he accuses them all of. Calls them doxers. He's the one out there doing doxing discords. Calls them evil and abusive. He's the one that people talk about killing pets. Talks about how they're degenerates. He's the one that's creeping on kids on Discord. Not once, not twice, not 3 times. Tons and tons and tons of times. And it's remarkable to me that so many of these people always try to put themselves out there as in a tough spot, or they're being picked on, or it's not fair, and they're just useless fucking people. So I just wanted to include it. Maybe you're not familiar with who this fat ass is. I would highly suggest going and watching some videos on him. Throw some fucking views at the boys, at Kiwi Tapes, at fucking Saturated Content, and fucking Smokey MC. And watch them talk about what a disgusting piece of shit he is. But that dog killing shit, I could not talk about. It's just too, I don't like that. I've got very few lines or limits, really, when it comes to things online. But, hurting kids and killing pets, those are my lines. Hard and fast. I don't think that's really unacceptable. It's not very unreasonable. I don't think that many people watching are going to be like, well, no, that's not where I draw the line. So I just want to put his picture out there. I want to put his name out there. I want to give you a chance to go brush up on the lore. Because he shouldn't get away with it. Because he still has pets. And if he killed one pet, he'll kill another. That's pure psychopath behavior. That's serial killer shit. When you're so enraged that you will kill something that small and hurt something that small, you'll do it to more than one thing. And it starts with animals and it works its way up. One day it's kicking a dog to death. The next it's beating a fucking baby. I don't trust this fat ass. He wants to live that lifestyle. This is some weird sexual fetish shit. And God knows what he'd do to a kid if he actually got his hand on one. NovaOnline. You fucking kidding me? Oh, we've been going for over an hour already. Still haven't even gotten to the big stuff yet. Well, I know what it is. It's time for a break because Jim's got to grab a drink. Talking about filthy fucking people and leg holes. I need to get some water in me. I need to stretch my legs a little because I still have my toes. Get a little fresh air because I can breathe perfectly fine without a pacifier in my mouth like a big fucking ADBL dog-kicking nightmare. So let's put on a little commercial break as I remind you to buy a hat for your hat and a hat for the patriotic upcoming 250th anniversary. Go over to Metokur.myshopify.com. Get yourself a shirt, a hat, a cup, fucking sticker. I don't care what it is. Buy something. Go and buy a fucking hat. Put on a break. We'll come back and we're going to get into some more shit.